has an inflamed stomach lining. That you need a doctor to tell you that? Anyway, Beatrice says I have clicking on the joints on my right side. Here's the deal, Beatrice, and anybody who's listening. Fibroids, hot flashes, all of these are signs that something is percolating in the body. Fibroids are a sign of great distress. It means cells are trying to patch up holes that are starting to appear in the tissue. That's what all fibrosis is. Cells trying to repair the tissue in their own emergency fashion. That means there's an emergency. Hot flashes, again, a sign of an emergency. What do? You focus on the digestive system first. Always, always, always. Beatrice, trying to stay away from gluten. This isn't about being a bad person, Beatrice, or anybody listening, but the fact is they're connected. So why would you go to the doctor if you know you got a problem with food? What's the point? What do you think the doctor's going to do? We beat up on the medical model here, but we're complicit. So number one, for fibroids, for hot flashes, for menopausal symptoms, reduce the burden on the body, the digestive burden on the body by controlling foods. First, do a food diary. Always, 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 always. No matter what your health challenge is, you need data. You need sample points, connecting your foods to your symptoms. Look for a relationship between the foods you eat and all digestive symptoms, and look for a relationship between the foods you eat and pain. Look for a relationship between the foods you eat and fibroids and hot flashes. Every time you have a hot flash, every time you have pain, every time you have bowel movement issues, connect it to a food, write it down in a book, and ultimately those are foods you need to eliminate. Trying to stay away from gluten is great, but there's a 1,000 other factors in plants, in vegetables, and in grains that could have a problem with. This idea of gluten is a cliche. It's just marketing. There's many, many factors in grains, in vegetables, in plants. Plants don't want to be eaten. Plants whereas plant foods were close to being alive, so they're making compounds, or they have compounds in them that are designed by nature to keep the plant living. There's no such thing as toxic meat because meat has been cooked. Meat is dead. But gluten in plant materials, these things are close to being alive, and they have living factors that are in the plants designed to keep the plant alive, and we react to them. We react to gluten. We react to grain proteins. We react to elements in broccoli and elements in tomatoes and potatoes and various vegetables. You've got to focus on these things, and gluten is just one of 1,000 of these factors. Biolumin nightly essence, probiotics are unspeakably important for every single health issue you can name. Not because they're remedies, not because they're magic cures, but because they're important for reestablishing the chemistry of the body for so many reasons. Bacteria in the body, probiotics in the body process vitamins, they process fats, they make vitamins, they clear out toxins, they clear out cancer-causing estrogens, they communicate with the lining of the intestine to keep the intestine strong. They're unspeakably important, as is fermented food. Using aloe vera and noni and the fucoidan Z to help coat the digestive tract, to help heal the digestive tract. Bone soup, same reason. Cartilage, liquefied cartilage to help heal the digestive tract. Remember, if your intestine's breaking down, you're not going to be absorbing your vitamins. You're not going to be absorbing your minerals. You will be absorbing toxins. Always focus on the digestive system first. Then, stabilize the blood sugar. More protein, more coconut oil. Organic, by the way, coconut oil. More protein. Whey protein is especially important for the digestive system. Egg protein, if you can handle whey and if you can handle egg. Hemp seed protein, if you can't. More protein is the ultimate strategy for stabilizing blood sugar. Same with more fiber, another ultimate strategy for stabilizing blood sugar. The sweeties from Youngevity, a superstar nutrient for stabilizing blood sugar. The B vitamins, unbelievably important for stabilizing blood sugar. Even something as simple as drinking more water after you eat a sugary meal can help stabilize the blood sugar system. Making sure you're using your essential fatty acids, key component of the Mighty 90 essential nutrients for all inflammatory issues. And of course, making sure you're practicing your deep breathing techniques. And we haven't even begun talking about SMEP, spiritual, mental, and emotional, in addition to physical. There's always a spiritual, mental, and emotional component to all health and to all disease. Keep this in mind, friends, because we don't talk about this anywhere near enough. Got to have a sense that we're part of a bigger picture, like a drop of water is part of the ocean. Whatever that spirituality is for you, whether it's God or Jesus or nature or Muhammad or the universe or Gaia, whatever that is, You got to have an element of an idea that there's an element of something bigger in our world. And of course, mental and emotional strategies are also important. Beatrice, God bless you. I hope everything works out. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go off to Texas. Welcome Will to the bright side. What's up, Will?
How you doing, Ben? Love your show.
Thank you. Good morning.
Wanted to give you a little background. I was raised as a Christian Scientist, so I'd never had vaccinations, never went to a doctor. My family's pretty much followed that whole process. My nephews are probably the healthiest people you ever see. And I just see the rest of the people in my community and people just getting sick and following this medical model. Of course, it took me a while to realize that I had some issues like with dairy and gluten and stuff like that. One of the questions I had was the thing that we all get this time of year if we're not getting sunshine is, this bug that comes around and whatnot. Usually it hits me. I get a little sore throat, so I take a little bit of Fees, a little bit of clove oil or whatnot, and echinacea, knock it out within a couple days, and other people are struggling with a long time. You can tell kind of when it comes around toward the end, you're starting to cough, and it's on its way out. I just want to know what that was, and is it pretty much the same thing, just the respiratory inflammation, or could you talk about that a little bit?
I didn't quite understand what you're saying comes around. You said you have something cyclically with the weather?
Well, yeah, it seems to kind of be, when it gets cooler and there's not as much sun out.
Yeah, that's when you have the respiratory issues, you're saying?
Yeah, I don't get it so bad, but I just noticed that, if I do eat a little bit of dairy or wheat or whatnot, then it compounds that, and I end up getting sick.
Wintertime is a very interesting time for the body for a couple of reasons when it comes to health and wellness. There's actually two main reasons why you got to be extra careful in the wintertime when it comes to good nutrition and taking care of your body. So hang tight. Well, we got to take a break. Don't go away, and I'll tell you what I mean. There's two major factors that you got to consider. Don't go away, Will. All right, we just got to take a quick commercial. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network.
As a parent, one of my greatest concerns is for the safety and well-being of my family. But no matter how concerned I am, it doesn't take the place of taking action and preparing for the unknown. I plan by having a GoFood savings account where I allocate a little money each month to have health store quality food delivered to my door at budget store prices. Although GoFoods are storable for 25 years, they are family mealtime favorites even today. My family asking to eat the food that we are storing lets me know that when we only have the food we stored to live on, that we won't have the added stress of eating unfamiliar or undesirable food. Buying GoFoods is investing in the future of my family. Convenient packages allow me to buy according to my budget, and I get free shipping on my monthly orders. To set up your GoFood savings account, call 800-648-9753 or on the web at www.storefoodnow.com. That's 800-648-9753.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
Improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R-value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine, there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may not realize is how easy and affordable it is to advertise with us. Radio commercials for your business could be heard on hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. every day. We can help you by creating an effective radio advertising campaign for your company. From script writing to producing your commercials, commercial, just like the one you're listening to right now. No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise at gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
Time waits for no one. That's why you should hurry to not miss the Freeze Dry Guy's end-of-year case lot sale. Go to freezedryguy.com or call 866-404-3663 to receive 20 to 25% off Mountain House freeze-dried foods. Mountain House, the gold standard in long-term storage products, include real freeze-dried meats, entrees, eggs, fruits, and vegetables. Yes, 20 to 25% off now. Also receive 30% off other selected Mountain House foods and receive 30% off selected Packaway brand dehydrated foods. Just call 866-404-3663 and ask for the Freeze Dry Guy. Plus long-range patrol ration eggs and ham at superb discounts. But these are extremely hard to find and nearly gone, so call today. Ask about our LRP ice cream bars too. Some items limited to stock on hand. And remember, the Freeze Dry Guy pays for shipping to your door within the lower 48 states. Order now. Don't miss out on the Freeze Dry Guy's end-of-year case lot sale. Call 866-404-3663 or visit freezedryguy.com.
From our family to yours, have a very Merry Christmas. We are the Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
Hi, we are back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. We're talking to Will in Texas. All right, Will, here's the deal. Wintertime. Things are drier in the wintertime, and under conditions of nutritional deficiency, especially fats and fatty vitamins, the lungs and the skin are going to become sensitized, and that means more dryness, skin dryness. That means more lung respiratory problems. That means more eczema if you're prone towards eczema. It just means it's going to be more difficult to keep your skin and your respiratory tract, which is kind of like an inner version of the skin, healthy when it's drier and when it's colder. So you have to take extra care that you're focusing on fats, fatty vitamins, and your absorption of fats and fatty vitamins from the digestive system in the wintertime. When it's drier anyway, and in the wintertime, even if in the summertime in places like Colorado or in the desert, folks will notice that they have more skin problems and more respiratory problems. So under conditions of dryness and under conditions of cold, you got to place special attention on nutrition, on digestive issues, especially around fats, and especially around vitamin D. So essential fatty acids, vitamin D, vitamin A, also vitamin E and K to a certain extent. That means probiotics. Number one, please don't underestimate the importance of probiotics and good bacteria when it comes to fats, fat absorption, and fat processing in the digestive tract. That's one of the most important things they do. They do a lot of important things, but one of the most important is they help us process fats. So Biolumin Nightly Essence Will, essential fatty acids, the ultimate EFAs, 20,000 IU of vitamin A, 400 IU of vitamin E, and then making sure that you're getting sunshine, but you were saying you can't get sunshine, so you can always use a sun lamp. There's lots of good sun lamps that have full spectrum lighting. There's one called Nature Bright. You can get that pretty much anywhere, drugstores, Walgreens, etc. If you just go on the internet and look up sunlight therapy, you'll get various full spectrum lightings, and that's very, very advisable to anybody who's dealing with any health issues due to the fact that they're not getting enough vitamin D from the sun. Vitamin D from the sun is the best form of vitamin D. I know dermatologists don't believe that, or the medical folks don't believe that, but that's the facts. The vitamin D that you make from the sun is it's a superior form of vitamin D to any other vitamin D. Plus, your skin can regulate the amount of vitamin D that it makes in a way that your body cannot regulate if you use a supplement. If you have to use a supplement, you have to use a supplement. But if you can get away with the sun or a sun lamp, that's always going to be the best form of vitamin D. Does that help you?
Yeah, and then I had a question. A friend of mine has real serious sinus issues. And
sinus issues needs... Well, as long as it's not mechanical, didn't get punched in the nose, they're not a prize fighter, or we're in some kind of altercation, assuming that's not the case and they have some kind of deviated septum or something mechanical, it usually means there's mucus And mucus,
Right.
I was actually talking to a friend of mine this morning, and I was telling him, we were talking about mucus. Mucus is always a sign of defense. The body's defending itself. This is a major theme in health and wellness. The body is defending itself from something, and oftentimes this will show up as secretions, as mucus. If this happens, you got to look at what's the body defending itself from. If it's in the nose or the respiratory tract, it could be something that the person is breathing. More often than not, I would be focusing, surprise, surprise, as you know, I'm going to say this, on the digestive system. That's the main way that the enemy, that the invaders get into the blood, into the body to initiate this mucus secretion, this respiratory secretion. Sliming